What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full Clash of Clans Pokemon team. This one is for Patreon. If you'd like your theme team done, you can check it out in the description of the video under the Patreon link. Drago, this one is for you. So we were given an enormous list here, so I just went eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a Pokemon by the toe. Anyway, so we got a Twitch stream tonight, people. We are streaming some Shiny Hunt Deoxys, some Pokemon drawings. I hope you guys can make it and come along. Link is in the top of the description there. Make sure you are following there. And thank you to all the people who have subscribed so far and donated. I hope to see you guys there. Okay, so this was a battle on my Twitch, actually, against Jerdilla. Now, I can't quite remember what their username was, so I'm just going to use their trainer name. Okay, people, what is your favorite mobile game? Leave it below in the comment section. I like to know what yours is. It doesn't even have to be a game. It can be an app too. In before someone says Tinder. Anyway, we've got a Masquerain lead here. It's going to have the Intimidate right. It's going to drop my attack. However, it does have not the greatest defense in the world, so that's why I decided to actually stay in there. So now we got the Dunsparce coming in here. Now, I really couldn't handle this Dunsparce at all. Plus, it was called Scummy Snack, so I thought, they're going to have some absolutely filthy scummy moves. So I'm going to swap that out and go into my Saber. I thought that'd be good Pokemon to swap into in case they'd like Body Slam or something like that. However, it's got the Water Pulse. Now, Water Pulse obviously has a chance of confusing. Obviously, with Dunsparce's ability, there's a higher chance of that. However, we got the Dunsparce swapping out and into the Hippopotas. So this was a really, really good play for me because the Hippopotas obviously has Everlight if it's a bulky one, and I was banking on getting rid of that that Dunsparce in case it had Bruce. However, it's going to swap in. I'm going to get the Everlight, and they're going to get the Choice Spec. So if it's a very tanky set, which I'm thinking it was, that's going to be very beneficial to me. So this is a special set. We've got Max Health, Max Special Attack. We got the Dank Pulse there, and the good thing about this, it does actually have a chance to flinch, which I got one. We've also got the Trick, Shadow Ball, Dank Pulse, and Dazzling Gleam. So I get 2 flinches in a row, man. I completely countered this Hippopotas. It didn't even stand a ghost of a chance. I wonder actually what I was going to do there. So I go for my my third Dank Pulse, and that's going to be enough to take out the hungry little Hippo. So we got after a flying start here, people. I wish I had a flying type Pokemon then. So we got the Kecleon coming out. Now this Pokemon was a little bit of a problem for my team. So I really couldn't do too much. I thought, let's go for the Trickier and let's see what item they got. It'd be no harm giving a Kecleon an Everlight, right? So I gave them the Everlight and I also received an Assault Vest. That was really, really good there. So Trick helping me out immensely there. So now we got the Kecleon go for the knockoff. It's a physical set with the protein, and that's going to take out my Saber. But boy, that did a really, really good job. So the Sandstorm is going to subside, which is good too. Now we got Balloons coming out. I thought this might be a good opportunity to go for that powered up Acrobatics. So now I'm going to go for the normal Acrobatics. Obviously, I'm holding an item, which is a Citrus Berry, and it's not going to be at full power. I was hoping I'd live the next attack and then go for it afterwards. So now Kecleon's going to go for the Ice Punch, and rest in peace, Drifblim. It's going to fizzle out and faint. So unfortunately, I couldn't live that one. That was unfortunate. So I had another opportunity to send in my Golem here. So this was probably the scummiest set on my team. We've got on this one, Rock Polish, Rock Blast. Obviously, I've got King's Rock on this one. Steamroller. Obviously, it's got a chance for flinching too. And Magnitude. I thought Magnitude would be a cool, fun move to do it up. So anyway, we got the Kecleon. Unfortunately, it's got Drain Punch. It's going to be able to, super effective. And it's going to be able to heal itself up too. So that's a bit of a problem. Now, all I can do is go for the Rock Blast and hope for flinches. However, it's also going to be running the Shadow Sneak too. It's got protein, so any moves it's going to use is going to turn them into stab as well. So Shadow Sneak isn't enough to take me out, and I get the Magnitude 69 off. I can't believe it. I wish I got Magnitude 10 off. It would have been enough to one-shot it, but boy, that does a lot of damage. So I can possibly finish it off with one more Rock Blast. I decided to go for that. Kecleon's going to go for a Shadow Sneak there. I live on 3 health, and Rock Blast misses! I've got weak knees, all right? So now we've got the Kecleon swapping out here, and we've got the Masquerain coming in there with the Intimidate. I was like, okay, this is trolling me. I actually nearly went for the swap there myself, so maybe they were anticipating a swap there, and Masquerain is going to go down. I was actually very close to swapping. Anyway, we got the Masquerain going down, and now we got the Kecleon coming in. So I was thinking, should I swap this turn? Should I try and make them double think themselves? I decided to stay in, and they decided to attack me with Shadow Sneak, and that's my Golem down. But there were a lot of mind games in that little section there, And that is my golem down, but at least it did a decent job, right? I was actually thinking of swapping in one of my other Pokemon, just tanky Pokemon. So now we got the Barbaracle coming in. This is my special shell-smashing Barbaracle. Now we got the Kecleon. It's going to go down to a Surf here, so that's fine. I didn't want to reveal that I had Shell Smash at this point in the game. It was more better on for a late game sweeper. So we had Surf, Shell Smash, Earth Power, and Ice Beam, Ability Sniper, and Item Water MZ. So in comes the big Scummy Snake. So I'm thinking this is probably going to have some sort of Scummy electric move, maybe something like the Thunder. So I'm going to go into my Marowak, right? So Dunsparce is going to have Body Slam. I knew that it would, but I didn't think that it would go for it then. So Body Slam doesn't do too much damage. It's going to paralyze me. So obviously with the Body Slam, it's got a chance of paralyzing it since Dunsparce has Serene Grace, right? That makes that chance even more. So all the additive effects basically increases the chance. So now Dunsparce is going to go for the Water Pulse there. It's going to go for Parafusion. This is super scummy. Somehow I get past all that and I get the Toxic off on the Dunsparce, and that was really, really good. Now, this part here is a little bit long, like something else, but I managed to try and get around this Dunsparce. So anyway, let me tell you what set this actually was, why this is happening. So, the Marowak set was more of a tanky one. We got max health and max defense. We got Rest, Sleep Talk, Toxic, and Seismic Toss. So, instead of running a more offensive one, I ran a bulky one. Now, it's got Battle Arm as the ability too, which is nice, and it's got Item as leftovers. So basically the poison was there to just Toxic Stall and Seismic Toss for fixed damage. Obviously Pokemon could get around that. Substitute was a problem as well. Ghost Pokemon were also a problem too. Anyway, so the other move this Dunsparce had was Mud Slap. Oh my goodness, this is such a filthy, scummy set. So Mud Slap always drops your accuracy by one stage. I'm going to go for the Sleep there because I don't like having that paralyzed. I thought it'd be better, right, if I could go for the Sleep Talk. Even if I get Rest, right, even if I get Rest, which happens most of the time, at least I won't get paralyzed. So the Dunsparce is going to get some leftover recovery. However, it hasn't, obviously it's used all its moves, so I know that it doesn't have anything like Roost or stuff like that. Okay, so now it's going to keep going for the Water Pulse. Water Pulse is basically its best bet here. It really needs to hit me hard with a crit and confuse me. So finally, as I knew, Water Pulse is going to confuse my Marowak. So I was really hoping here, if I could get a Seismic Toss off against this thing, this would be like insanely good because that's definitely going to speed up, it actually taking itself out. So Marowak is going to get Toxic. So that really sucked. The problem here, right, is it was already poisoned. There was a very high chance of me getting Rest. It was a 1 out of 3 of me getting Seismic Toss, basically. So the chances were extremely low because most of the time, let's face it, I get Rest. So the Scummy is it's about a half health now. The Toxic is actually racking up really nicely though. So Dunsparce go for yet another Scummy Pulse against me there. It's about I guess it's like a 5-hit KO. So now the Skeletons is going to be fast asleep again. Hoping I can get the Sleep Talk, Seismic Toss off to finish this Dunsparce off. And guess what, guys? I got Rest. I know you totally never saw that one coming. So getting some more leftovers recovery on the Marowak. This time I can go for the Seismic Toss because I'm going to wake up, right? So that's good. Anyway, so the Toxic is going to be doing lots of damage now. I'd say if I can get this Seismic Toss up, the Dunsparce is going to go down, this turn. So the Dunsparce go for a Scum Slap, obviously knowing they're going to wake up and try and attack it. And hopefully it's going to go it's trying to take me out with all the hacks. So now I'm going to get the Seismic Toss off. I get through the confusion, which is great. And Dunsparce takes a little trip into space. And that is going to go down to the Toxic damage. Boy, that was like top 10 anime battles there between Dunsparce and Marowak. Boy. So anyway, we got 2 Pokemon remaining left from the after the Dunsparce goes down, and I've got 3 Pokemon. Now my Marowak has basically been shown off, so I'm guessing they've got something to get around it or a strategy with the last couple of Pokemon. So now we got the Roselia coming out here. Oh, sorry, Roserade. It's going to be able to use any grass type move against me. It actually uses Leech Seed, so it's like, okay, that's interesting. I think I just went for the Seismic Toss here. I did go for the Seismic Toss. The Seismic Toss actually misses due to the Mud Slap. I wanted to throw those flowers into space, but that wasn't the case. Oh, I didn't mean to rhyme that one. So it's going to get a little bit of leftovers recovery there. Leftovers Leech Seed recovery. They both start from there, okay? So now it's going to go for the Magical Leaf. Now, Magical Leaf never misses, and that's going to be enough to take out my Marowak. So when I look at those 2 moves, right, I look at Leech Seed and Magical Leaf. That definitely tells me it's more of a tanky set. So I really cannot swap in my Barbaracle and get absolutely shredded by Magical Leaf. This is my bulky Decidueye. However, we got a Z move coming from the Roserade. So let's go over what my Decidueye set was. It's pretty cool. We've got max health and max special defense. Now, this is not a really offensive set. It's actually a trapping curse set. So we got Spirit Shackle. Now, Spirit Shackle is a nice move. It's got 80 base power, and it actually traps the opponent in, stopping them from swapping right. And after you've trapped them in with the Spirit Shackle, you can go for Curse. So Curse obviously gets rid of half your health right, but it gives them a quarter damage every single turn. We've got Roost and we got Feather Dance, so a very, very interesting set. For me, I had some very fun battles with this one. So anyway, we got some good damage here. Unfortunately, Spirit Shackle is a 3-hit KO since I'm not running any EVs at all. This does not have anything really to hit me apart from its Z move, and I'm going to go for the Roost there, roosting up my health. So now I'm in a position where I can go for another Spirit Shackle, or I can go for Curse. I didn't think there was much actual use going for Curse because I knew the next Spirit Shackle would be enough to actually take it up. So now we got the Rose going for the Sludge Bomb here. The only thing I was actually worried about if I got like poison or not, and I didn't, and now I can go for the Spirit Shackle and take out the Roserade. So that was a pretty good effort there for the Decidueye. Only one more to take it out. The problem with this set, Rise, I had to give up like half my health, then take a hit, then Roost up afterwards. So normally I'd swap it against like a special attacker, right? In this case, it worked rather nicely. So now I go for my final Spirit Shackle. Sorry about that before. I thought that was my final one. And that is the Roserade down. So we got one more Pokemon remaining here, people. Can we get past it? So I was more worried about my Barbaracle too, because that was very, very weak to the Magical Leaf. So, the last Pokemon is the Crystal, being the Dragonair. Look at that pick. Well, at least, guys, let's face it, it's better than Shiny Dragonite, right? So now it's going to go for a Dragon Rush, and it misses! Now go for the Curse here. This is like my final act here for the Decidueye. It's going to take itself out, and it's going to put a Curse on that Dragonair. Now, Curse is going to do a quarter damage to it every single time. Now, since it's their last Pokemon, right, they won't be able to swap out, so that's going to keep going and going and going, which is really good. So now, my last Pokemon here is the Barbaracle. Now, I didn't want to go risk the Shell Smash. I thought, let's go for Ice Beam. Let's play it safe here, people. Even if it's got Everlight, which I know that it already has, it's going to do some good damage. Okay, so the Ice Beam does really good damage. Dragon is going to go for the Dragon Rush here. The good thing about this, right, I was outspinning it because it actually does have a chance of a flinch. So anyway, another nail in the coffin there, and that's nearly going to take out the Dragonair. I could go for the final Ice Beam and take it out. However, you guys know what I'm like. I wanted to go for a Disrespect Wardium Z Surf, and that one is pretty much the game there. Hope you guys enjoyed this first battle. Man, it was a really, really long game there. Especially it was more the Marowak and the Dunsparce battle that went on for a very, very long time. Now, people, I actually haven't played this mobile game before. I've played a couple of mobile games, but I'm not really a huge mobile game player. But is this game? I know this game made millions and millions when it first came out. It's is it still a thing now? I'm not really sure. Anyway, let's get on to the second battle. This was a battle on my Twitch against Mongoose. Both these battles are done on Twitch, which is pretty cool. So we got the floater as the lead, which is the Float Cell. Nothing worse than coming across the toilet and seeing a floater. Anyway, so we got a balloon lead, which is my Drift Blim. So I decided to lead with this time. I was a little bit worried about if it's had an Ice Beam, if it had Ice Punch, and I'm going to hit in the balls with it. Does it hit? I think it has. Well, anyway, so we got the Ice Beam. I'm going to go for the Phantom Force here, and that's pretty good damage to me, the Ice Beam. It's about a 2-hit KO. So anyway, Floater's going to go for another Ice Beam there. I'm going to hit it with the Phantom Force. So Phantom Force gives it a little slap on the behind. Does about 3/4 damage, or pretty much close to. So now, unfortunately, right, the Float Cell, I was hoping it didn't get max damage and min damage. It's going to hit me in the Ice Beam. It's going to be super effective, and I'm going to be able to eat my berries. That's really good. That's going to give me some nice, sexy health recover, and then I can go for the Acrobatics, right, which is going to be at double base power. So I go for that one, and that is going to be enough to take out the Float Cell. So that was really, really good. Alternatively, you could actually run Phantom Force with Power Herb, and then have the Unburden up too. That could be another option you want to try. So, Mimikyu's out. So the Unburden is up. I'm just fast as Sonic. I'm going to get rid of its Disguise. So that was the whole thing about Mimikyu, is having that Disguise up. So I broke that, which is really good. Now, Mimikyu is going to go. It's going to have a King's Rock. That's so scummy. Now, it's going to go for Shadow Claw. That's going to take me out. Now, Shadow Claw does not get boosted by a King's Rock. It's already got a chance there to flinch. So now we got the not the flinch. What am I talking about? So we got the crit and the flinch. That was running for. Never mind. I'm a bit tired narrating this one, guys. So now we got battle armor on the Marowak, so they can go for the Shadow Claw all day if they want to. It's never going to actually flinch me, or sorry, crit me. Man, I'm getting my flinch and crits mixed up. So anyway, it must have been all the hacks I've been getting, people. So we got the Toxic up on the I nearly called that Decidueye. Why did I think that was Decidueye? Okay, they're both Ghost Pokemon. Guys, relax. Roast me in the comment section. Just roast me. So anyway, they're going to swap out there, which is quite funny because I actually can't really do too much of it. So we got the Titanic, Regai's coming in here. Now, I actually went for the swap there too, because I was like, I got the Toxie up right. I really can't do anything against him. So now going into the Golemites here. Now, this is the Rock Blast set. Now, I'm going to go for the Rock Blast against the Regai. So it does pretty good damage there. I was hoping I could get 3 hits off against it. I get a critical hit there, and the third rock takes out the Regai. So that was pretty good there. I'm not sure that crit actually would have mattered, because I think it would have actually taken it out anyway. So now we got the Mimikyu coming out again. So I was like, okay, well, if they've got Shadow Claw, I know that I can tank this one pretty easily. I could probably even get up a rock, like a rock blast, not a rock slide, a rock blast and rock polish combination. So now it's going to go for the Elite Scythe, which is going to heal itself off. I actually went for the Rock Blast here for some damage against the Mimikyu. So it does pretty good damage. I was hoping I could get like 3 to 5 off against it. I hate when you only get 2. That really, really sucks. So I get 3, which is usually the average. I'm happy with that. Now, Mimikyu is going to go down the next turn too. It's going to go for a Drain Punch here. That's going to... Is there not Leech Life? Drain Punch? If I said Leech... It gets both those moves. So anyway, it's going to drain some of my health back and give some of its health back to itself. So now go for another Rock Blast on the Mimikyu here, people. We get 2 nice hits off, and we get a third one off, and that is going to bury the Mimikyu. So that was really good. At this point in the game, right, we are at a very, very strong position. However, things did escalate. So now we got the Mega Beat Drill coming out. The Beat Drill. It's definitely not going to Mega Evolve, and it's going to definitely not take out my Golem. Now, I did have Rock Blast against this thing. However, I didn't have the Rock Polish up, so I knew I wouldn't be able to outspeed it. So this was a big, big threat, right? This Pokemon could sweep through a lot of Pokemon on my team. So now it's going to go for Brick Break, and that's going to take out my Golem, unfortunately. But it was still pretty good. I was happy with the effort that it did there. Got rid of the Mimikyu, got rid of the Regice. You know, a solid performance. So yeah, this was actually a very, very crucial play here. So it's going to go for a, it's going to jab me with its jabber, and it's going to do some pretty nice damage to me, giving me a poison too, doing 3/4 damage to me. I actually sacrificed myself here and went for the curse. So, putting a little nail in the Beedrill's coffin there, and that's going to take me out. Now, that's going to do 1/4 damage fixed every time to the Mega Beedrill. If it wants to swap out, it can, but if it wants to stay in, it's going to have to take that damage every single turn. Now, I've got my Skeletons, which you guys know is the bulky defensive Marowak. So anything they threw at me, I was quite confident I could live. They actually stayed in there and went for the X-Scissor. Now, if that wasn't a bulky Marowak set, that would have absolutely bodied me. Now I'm going to get off this seismic toss there, throw the little bee into space. Can you imagine trying to eat honey in space? So anyway, I'm getting half of my health back there, or almost half my health, and another nail in the coffin from Curse. So one more Curse is going to be enough to take the Beedrill. I just went for Seismic Toss again. Oh, sorry, I went for the rest there because I knew I'd live the next one. So Beedrill is going to hit me with the X-Scissor there. I'm going to live and get the rest off against the Beedrill, and that one is going to go down. So the Decidueye sacrifice before actually really, that really came in handy there, because that allowed me to get a rest off. I didn't have to attack it again. If I had to attack it, I would have been on low health, and something could have just came in and revenge, taken me out there. So down goes the Beedrill. That was really good. I've still got 3 other Pokemon, which is nice too. Okay, so my Marowak, I guess the weakness here that my Marowak was asleep. So now we got the opposing Alola Marowak coming. Guys, top 10 anime battles happening right now. So now the Marowak is going to throw its bone at me there. Since I'm running a defensive set, I take that really nicely. So it's about a 3-hit KO. Actually, it's a 4-hit KO after the leftovers. So going for the Sleep Talk here, hoping I can get Toxic off here. And I get rest. So we got the leftover recovery. Now, I would love to get Toxic off here. That was like my one goal. If I can get Toxic off against this thing right, and then bring another Pokemon in against it, that would be really good. So Marowak's going to get hit by another bone there. I'm going to be fast asleep still. My Marowak's going to be fast snoozing its head off, hoping I can get the Toxic on the Marowak. So go for Sleep Talk, and I get rest 2 times in a row. Oh, come on. So, I never saw that one coming. Anyway, so getting some leftover recovery. Now, Marowak can go for another Shadow Bone to take me out there. Hits me in the nuts, and that's going to take me out, unfortunately. I still got 2 Pokemon to swap in against this thing, though. So, I thought here, well, this would be a pretty good swap in, because I'm quite confident I can take most things against this. And I'd say it'd actually be faster too, because we're running a max speed, max special attack set. So going for the Waterium Z Surf here against the Marowak. I really wanted this Pokemon to go down. It was a little bit of a threat. Now I do have Shell Smash. I didn't dare try setting up Shell Smash against a Marowak though. It's got some nice offense. Okay, so go for the Hydro Vortex against the Marowak, and that's easily going to be enough to take it out at full health, which is good. I could have gone for Surf there, but I thought it might be a chance of actually living. You know, it doesn't have the greatest special attack stats in the world. Okay, so the last Pokemon here was the Pinsir. Now, I do have Surf, which would be nice. He gets it. And I do have my Sabai left too. So going for the Surf on the Pinsir, I actually outspeed it, which is really nice too. Does some solid damage there. Does just over half. I'm not sure if that was min damage or max damage. Okay, so the Brick Break does some pretty good damage to me there. I thought, well, I can go for my Sabai here, swap out, take the Brick Break. Obviously, I'm a Ghost type, and go for the Dank Pulse or Dazzling Game. Anything that gets it just to try and take it up. So now, it's going to go for a Brick Break. Now, that's what I did. I went for the Trick Ride. I tricked it the Choice Spec, so then it would actually lock it into one move. So I knew that Brick Break was super effective against my Barbarical. So I think I just tricked it, and I think I went for the X-Scissor against my Sabai. So Pinsir's going to go for the X-Scissor on my Sabai. Does some pretty good damage to me. It's about a 3-hit KO. Now I actually went for the Dark Pulse. Pinsir's going to outspeed me, go for the X-Scissor. I'm going to live on 11 health, go for the Dank Pulse, and that is going to take out the Pinsir. I hope you guys enjoyed both these battles, and hope you guys come along to the stream. Link is in the description, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.